Hi everyone. Hello and welcome back. Today I thought it might be nice for us to just sit down, eat some breakfast together. I'll provide some life updates that nobody asked for, but I'm going to say anyway, and just enjoy some breakfast because I don't know if y'all are similar, but during the week, I typically don't eat breakfast. I just have coffee. But on the weekends, I really like to make breakfast for myself. I think it's not even that I'm hungry necessarily. And also I have the time to just really enjoy the process of making food for myself. Today, I guess I should show. So I usually will add blueberry. I don't know what you would call this really. But basically this is blueberries, butter, and then any kind of sweetener. Today I used honey, but you can also use sugar or whatever. And I just let it reduce, chef terms, on the stove for a little bit. And then because I wanted to make it look a little bit cuter, I added this orange peel or orange slice like this. I don't know. I thought that was impressive. I don't know though. Add my syrup. Oh my God. Eek. So yes, I guess, how have you been doing? Please answer, please respond as as this video continues, because I am curious how you're doing if you're watching this. I'm feeling just a little bit, I'm tired. It's hard to explain because I feel like I've been having this same emotion since the panini started. It feels like so many things have weight in a lot of ways, but they also don't. It's hard because it kind of feels like, I don't know, what's the point of me finding a job if it feels like the, civilization is just collapsing anyway? And it's kind of hard for me to care about sending emails when it feels like there's so much stuff that's just more important than emails. I don't know. And meetings and, Oh, I don't know if I'm supposed to show you all. Is that how these videos work? I don't see what would be the point of seeing that? I don't know. Anyway, just for some school updates, I guess, I found out that I passed my comprehensive exams. And I found that out maybe about a week and a half ago. I wasn't sure that I was gonna pass, but it's one of those things where you spend a whole week writing, and then the more that you have focused on that one paper, you hate it every time you read it. So the way that it works at my university is that we have a week to write a research proposal, and then that research proposal is read by 2 faculty members. In theory, the process is supposed to be kind of anonymous, so I'm not supposed to know who is evaluating my papers. They're not supposed to know whose paper they're evaluating. But our cohort is really small. And also a lot of the faculty members are kind of familiar with our research and our ideas and the way we write. So it's kind of they probably can guess. And then based on the comments and my knowledge of how other professors have given me feedback, I feel like I kind of have an idea of who read my paper. They read it and then they give a recommendation of, does this person pass? Do they have to revise and resubmit, or do they fail? In order to pass, you need both reviewers to say that you pass. If one says you pass and one says you need to revise and resubmit, or that you fail, then it goes to a third reviewer who reviews it and then makes a decision, I think. And then if both say you fail, then you fail. And I guess, I don't know if you have another opportunity to retake. I'm not sure. I feel like the orange is doing something. It's adding something. I'll forget about my coffee. I added a little too much milk and cream. This is not the color I usually like my coffee to be. A little too creamy. So yeah, I passed and I got all the feedback, even though there were some helpful suggestions on how I can move forward. One, I'm not sure if I want to actually use this in my dissertation or the extent to which I want to use this as a part of my dissertation. So that's fine. But all of my comments or all of my kind of scores were either above average or excellent. It was basically the highest 2 options. And so that was really exciting for me, and just being able to read some of the comments. I am just very relieved that I don't have to revise and resubmit. There were a few people in my cohort of 5 who had to revise and resubmit. We've all kind of been collectively supporting and trying to reach out to folks just to make sure that they feel supported in this process. The blueberries are especially good today. Maybe it's the honey instead of sugar. Since then, it's been a little bit hectic. And if you watched my last 20s Diaries vlog, you probably would have seen it. But I turned my comps in on the train to New York. So I was in New York for a few days. I came back from a comp celebration, and then I was in New Hampshire for a little bit. Came back, Temmie visited me, and then I went to New Hampshire again, and now I'm back. So it's just been a lot of moving, like just going a lot of different places, and I'm very excited to have a little bit of time now just to try and reset my schedule, my routine. It's getting a lot hotter in Boston, so I'm really debating about being one of those people who wakes up at like 5 in the morning, just from the perspective of it gets so hot. I do think I'm gonna go get an AC today though, for the living room, just because I think that will help me not hate my apartment and not hate Boston in the summer and help me get more work done. But I'm still debating waking up earlier because I also want to get back into my running. So my goal is to run a half marathon maybe by the fall, I think. So I have like a decent amount of time to do it, but I've been using the Couch to 10K app, and I'm from there, once I kind of graduate from that app, I'm going to use the Couch to, or maybe it's 10K to half marathon or Couch to half marathon, I can't remember. But yeah, running has definitely been feeling good. I really enjoy running. Boston is a pretty good city to run in, especially once you get down to the Charles. And I actually have been running like 5K. So it's like 3 miles, I think. 3-ish, a little more than 3 miles on some of my runs. And so that's been nice. It's been nice to feel as though my body can do that again. What else has been happening? Job search. So that's been going interesting. I've been looking at jobs. I don't immediately see any that I'm super interested in, but I'm also, I don't know, I'm kind of resigned to myself to the fact that maybe that job, the like ideal job, just doesn't exist, and maybe I just need to find a job that is like, I just find a job that pays the bills, allows me to have a good work-life balance, and their understanding of the fact that I am working on my dissertation and working on other things. And maybe that's all it is. I'm hopeful to start actually, sitting down and applying to more jobs. I did update my LinkedIn, kind of. I guess I'm not sure if I actually want recruiters to reach out to me on LinkedIn, but I did update it a little bit. That was progress. Work-wise, I'm still continuing my part-time work as a project coordinator on a reentry grant, and I've also started a position as director of strategic communications at this organization one of my professors founded. So I'm working on that, and as I keep adding more things to my plate and think about all the literature that I need to be reading and people I need to be reaching out to, I am a little bit like, do you really have time for a full-time job right now? What else? Language? There's not much to update about language either, because I feel like it's in the same boat as my job search, where I've been saying I've been wanting to get back on a routine, and I'm sure both of my tutors are sick of me saying this to them and then not actually doing it. But I really do want to get back on a routine with learning to really improve. But if you're new here, I have been wanting to learn Spanish for a while, so I've been taking Spanish lessons for about a year now, but it's been like kind of weekly, but in terms of actually practicing and sticking to it, I haven't been doing that. So I have noticed, and my Spanish tutor actually said, she's like, your Spanish has improved a lot. And I do think from where it was a year ago, like I can definitely understand a lot more. I can communicate basic things for sure, but it's not quite at the level where I would feel comfortable using it in like a professional setting, and that's ultimately my goal, is to be able to communicate with folks in a professional setting in Spanish. So that is something that I've wanted to continue working on. Mandarin is a slightly strange story because, or not strange, but Mandarin is just a little bit different because I basically already speak it, but it's a matter of practicing and just remember, like learning new vocab and getting used to hearing different like phrases and ways of speaking and vernacular. So it's a little bit tricky because it's like, I don't know, when you grow up learning a language in a school setting, it's very different from growing up and just speaking it in everyday life. But I really would like to improve my writing and reading. I don't know, there's a lot of other languages I really want to learn. As you all know, Korean is something that I'm kind of hoping to learn, as well as, I don't know, Cantonese. Like, I know I'm listing a lot of languages and you're probably like, please slow down, but Cantonese? Okay, I just talked for a lot, so please use this time as I eat to tell me, say back to me, how are you doing? What have you been up to? What have you been watching or listening to or just enjoying? Let me know, and I will pretend like I'm there. Let me know. Okay, summer plans. I really want to go home, back to the Bay Area for a month at least. I don't know when that's going to happen. Right now, July is looking like it's not happening in July, but maybe August, maybe September, I don't know. A lot of my other summer plans are really contingent on me getting a job / having more money, so we'll see, to be determined. Have you been reading any good books or like listening to any good books? I just read The Wedding Date and it was really good. I loved it. Perfect escapism. After that, I'm now reading a very boring book called Your Dissertation, something about your dissertation journey. Basically what you need to do to finish your dissertation. So I'm reading that, and I do think there are some good questions in there, some reflection questions that I will be considering and thinking about and responding to that will be helpful. I've also been reaching out to a few people to network and just ask about their own experiences. I asked one of my professors to talk a little bit more about autoethnography because it's something that I want to do, but I've never done before, so I want to try. I hope you enjoyed having breakfast or whatever time of day it is where you are, whatever meal you're having. I hope you enjoyed eating together. I hope you're able to rest and relax a little bit, just kind of take a breather, and I will talk to you in the next one.